Morning, and yeah, welcome to a bit of a shortish, weird vlog. Me and Denise are up near Huddersfield, are we? Oh, she's got her phone on to give you a bit of light on my face. That's a good idea. Look at this, clever girl. Yeah, we are in Huddersfield, I think it is, isn't it? Or that area. We went to the nerds meeting last night, which was quite good. Photo nerds, and got to meet a few people and said hello. And I'm seeing someone this morning to have a look at putting a roof on my van. So I thought, let's find somewhere to stop overnight in the van, which we did. This reservoir, which eludes me the name of it in a minute. I think it's Byron or something. I'm going to put the name up there for you anyway. I can't remember what it's called. So yeah, we thought we'd just pull up here last night. And we've had not a bad night's sleep. It's been alright, hasn't it? It's been alright, it's been nice and quiet. Denise said yesterday we ought to try and get a photograph of the harvest moon last night, and like, well, we didn't get back to this spot till 11:30, so we couldn't do anything last night. I got the photo pills app out, and I could see that the moon was going to set just over the other side of this reservoir, and I thought, perfect, couldn't have timed that any better. So yeah, we're up this morning, 5:30. The moon's going to set beyond the horizon at about 6 o'clock. The sun coming up that side is going to rise, or somewhere in the region of about 17 minutes past 6-ish, to be precise. So yeah, well, we can kill two birds with one stone, and we are actually stood on this reservoir at the moment, and we are actually right bang, not bang in the middle, but we're right stood on the actual reservoir, which is pretty cool, pretty different. Never been here before, so it makes a change. But that's looking behind me, that's looking awesome. So the plan is we're going to try and get a picture of the harvest moon.
Going into cloud banks.
It is going into a bit of cloud, so we're going to have to be quick.
Yeah, stop yapping.
And there's some pylons up there to give a bit of information in the foreground. So yeah, we're going to bang on the long lens, and there is some cloud over there. So let's see if we can get this shot sorted. I'm not going to talk you through it because there's no way I can talk and set up for that. So I'm going to go down there, get the camera out, and as Denise just said, stop me yapping and see if we can get a picture of this moon before it goes behind a bit of cloud. So I'm going to walk back up this way, put the tripod out. This is going to be a case of a few exposures probably, and a bit of an experiment. It's very, very difficult to do because the moon is so bright compared to the dark sky. So it is going to be a bit of an experiment, a bit of a test. So yeah, come and join us, and let's see if I can execute this image. If I can, you'll see it. If I can't, I'll explain why I couldn't. But let's have a go, see how we get on. It's a bit chilly, getting to that time of year where we need our gloves on and stuff like that. Right, camera set up. The moon has gone behind some cloud, and what I'm actually just trying to do, and I'll try and do this real time for you, so make this a bit shorter, is I've just taken a horizontal shot, or I've taken a few horizontal shots. You can still see the moon, and the definition's quite nice with the cloud around it. In fact, it actually gives it something else to look at rather than just a round circle. But like I say, the exposure for this is really, really difficult. And what I'm basically doing is shooting, and I'm using Apeture Priority, not the favourite setting for most, but in Apeture Priority I can just set the camera up. The aperture's set to f8, and the shutter speed now is just doing what it wants to do in camera. And all I'm doing is I'm just turning the switch, or turning the dial on the top of the Fuji, and just exposing in different positions. I'm now on 3 stops under, and I'm just going to check that. But if I can get, let's zoom in, as long as I can see the moon, and it's still blowing out at 3 stops under. So now what I've got to do is, that was 2.5 seconds, so I'm just going to flick the shutter speed now, so I'm using all the elements, and I'm going to go over to 1 second and take another one. So that's 4 exposures I've taken, 1 normal, 1 under, 2 under, 3 under, 4 under. Let's just get that on play and zoom in and see if I can see them. And now I've got detail in the moon, and in fact the little stripe through the moon from the cloud is absolutely fantastic. So I'm just going to try now, because I'm really loving this and I'm actually quite enjoying this, and it looks pretty cool. So I've got to go back to Apeture Priority, put my settings back to 0, which means the moon's totally and utterly blown out. But I'll show you on the screen. Let me just see if I can show you what we're doing and explain. Let's have a look. Right, it's quite bright and I'm hoping you can see me all right. So there's the image and you can see it's quite bright. So I've taken an exposure like that, which is giving us what, 15 seconds, and then I'm going, where are we, 1 under, which is about there, which is 8 seconds, and then we're going 2 under, which is about there, which is 4 seconds, and then we're going 3 under, 3 under, which is there, which is giving me 2 seconds, and then if I flick it past bulb, where are we, 2 seconds, sorry, we flick it past bulb onto 1 second, and that's giving us 1 second, and nice and dark. So let's go back over there. I'm getting lost now. Right, back onto that one. So yeah, that gives you a bit of an insight on what I'm actually doing. All I'm going to do now is wait for the moon to come down a little bit lower. We've got a pylon right in front of it, and I think that looks absolutely amazing with the pylon there. Really gives it some scale, and the moon's looking massive, and the colour of the moon's changing now. It's going all nice and yellow with the light coming up behind it. So because at the end of the day the moon's a reflection of the sun, so that's where it's getting its light. So I'm going to shut up, concentrate on this because it won't last for long, and yeah, I'll speak to you in a moment, and I think you will get to see this image. I think it's going to be quite nice. Right, we've just run along the jetty. No, we're not. We've run along the dam, and oh, look at the sky! Doesn't that look amazing? Right, I thought I'd show you what I was doing and what camera I was using. I've got the Fuji out as per normal at the moment, and I'm just trying to get an exposure to the sky while the sky's like it is. I'm going to put me 2-second timer on, hit that, and then I'll talk to you. Yeah, got the Fuji, and yes, Canon and Fuji. I'm going to do a day out with the Fuji and the Canon. Exactly the same cameras, side by side, settings and everything, just to see what the difference really is. A true, real life, you know, difference. And give all those people out there a bit of a taster to what and why. And is that mist down there on the lake? It looks like it, doesn't it? That's quite a nice little shot. Yeah, and I know that there's subscribers out there that follow me for because I have a Canon, and follow me because I have a Fuji. And in all fairness, I don't think it makes any difference. I don't think you should. I think you should follow people for the actual you know, camera, getting out using the camera, rather than the actual camera itself, because the camera's kind of irrelevant. Just moving around. The camera's kind of irrelevant because it's all about the settings you dial in while you're using the camera. I mean, I shoot a lot in Apeture Priority, which I know is not favourable to most landscape photographers, but the reason I do is I can quickly flick it to f8 or f11, or even f5.6 in an instant, and the shutter speed's going to work itself out. I can tell by the histogram that's on the camera whether I'm exposed correctly, overexposed, underexposed, and I just literally flick the dial on the top of the Fuji, and this is what makes this camera so easy. Just by flicking that dial round, I know I can just dial in another stop of exposure and get it. So yeah, I will do that real life test. But the moon, yeah, the moon went down. It's really nice to watch that moon going down. Absolutely fantastic to see, and it is the harvest moon. It's the biggest. It's the change of the seasons. She's going to explain what the harvest moon is in a minute. You know me, I don't know nothing, do I really? No idea. No idea. She just said she doesn't know either. I
haven't looked up on. I haven't looked it up.
It'll be something to do with the change and the seasons, probably going from one to the other. And I am talking to you. I know I'm talking to you and doing at the same time. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the little lake with some colour in the sky. There are some pylons in the distance, but I just thought I'd get a little bit of the morning colours as well as the we're working on the rule of thirds, morning colours as well as the moon going down, which would be a big contrast. I did take one of the pylons in the distance, and I know this is a lot of me talking and chopsing. Right, focus on this little tree as you'll see in a moment. It's in the bottom right hand thirds. I've got a little bit of a diagonal leading you in. It's also divided into three, with having the thirds where the tree is and the little lake, and then the top of the horizon and the colours in the sky. I'm going to take 3 shots again, and you can watch this real time. I focused on the tree, 2-second timer, and that's 0 exposure. So that's going to give me details in the highlights. I'm now going to drop down to 1 underexposed. That's moved the light away now from the histogram on the right hand side, so that gives me a bit of colour in the sky, and that's quite nice. And I'm going to go one more. Let's go another stop underexposed, because the colour's really crimson and really orange, really pretty. And there's a pink in the lake as well. So that's it, 3 shots. I'll probably only use 1, possibly 2. Very simple, very quickly rushed, very straightforward, but everything seemed to come in and line up quite nicely. The colours are burning off now, but it's just nice to look at. It's just been a nice morning and nice and different, really. There's a bridge down there. I've only just noticed there's a bridge at the other side of the reservoir, so I wonder if I manage to get that in the photograph, if I can pull that out. That would be really cool. But yeah, the man-made pylons are ugly, but they've served their purpose this morning. They really have. So anyway, enjoy this one if this works, because again, I don't know until, but it is really pretty colours. And a very basic image, really is. But it's done, and we're here, and it's this morning. So I'm going to put this one out straight away for you, and you should be seeing this pretty relevant to time. And yeah, I'm not going to waffle on anymore. 2 images, possibly 3. One of the moon going down, one of the sun coming up. How can you better that, really, in one morning? So you're right, till next time. Better say hello to wife. Say hello to wife. Here she is. Let's turn you around. There she is. Say hello to the wife. I know you get upset if you don't get seen. Yeah, but till next time, yeah, maybe like, share and subscribe. Maybe like and share this video. It does really help me. And please do share it and leave a comment, because the only way I can grow this channel is if you respond, and the response and stuff moving around will help the algorithms, and it helps the video climb the ladder, sort of thing. So yeah, please like, please share, and yeah, see you next time on a slightly different one. Ciao for now. Get out and take some photographs. That's all the advice I can give you.